What is going on, collectors of YouTube? I am back with another video, and in this video I'm going to talk about just all of my Joker action figures. You know, I was going through my collection, and I was I was just wanting to pick out just all of my favorite Joker figures. Well, I mean, to be honest, pretty much all of my Joker figures. I know that maybe compared to other collectors, you know, they probably have like hundreds of Joker figures, but I just wanted to just show off just all of mine and just go through them. You know, I obviously, if you've been a subscriber to my channel, you've seen that I've reviewed a few of the Joker figures that I'm going to mention. But there's also a few that I haven't talked about on the channel. So yeah, I mean, I just thought I would just go ahead and just share my thoughts on each figure. It's not really a top list. It's just mainly just going through each of my Joker figures and just telling what I like about them, and you know, why I bought them, and why I just decided to add them to my collection. So sit back, grab a cold one, grab a snack, and let's get this started. Starting off, we have the NECA Joker from the Dark Knight. And one thing about this Joker figure, for any collector, they know that for a while this figure was very hard to come by, and scalpers that were selling them, they were putting him up at insane prices. Just really crazy. But of course, for fans of the Joker and the Dark Knight, they were going through any lengths to pick this guy up. But I was fortunate enough to pick him up for, I believe it was like 30 bucks. And in my opinion, I mean, it was well worth it. And considering the fact that NECA figures in general, they're usually around like 25 bucks, you know, 25, 30 bucks. So I was pretty fortunate enough to pick him up. I believe it was like Frank & Sons where I found him. And this was when I was kind of starting to get into collecting figures. But I really didn't know at the time the whole buzz around just this insane price hike of this particular figure. I just knew that he looked really cool. He looked very movie accurate to Heath Ledger, and I had to get him. So, you know, now, you know, fast forward to now, as he's part of my, you know, my ever-growing collection of action figures. I gotta say, you know, he is what you would expect from a NECA figure. You know, he does have the stiff joints, obviously. He has, you know, all the single joints in his elbows and knees. But at the same time, like I said, he is a NECA figure, so you're not gonna get SH Figure Arts, you're not gonna get Mafex articulation with him. You're mainly getting him just for the high detail. And as you can see, I mean, he's very detailed, you know, from his gloves to his pants to his shoes to the face paint. I mean, just everything about this guy, it works. So you can kind of understand why this figure went for high prices when he first came out. I mean, even on the face, the stitching, or not, I mean, yeah, basically the face where he cut himself. Just everything works about this figure. And I mean, now I believe the price has gone back up for him. So it sucks for people that didn't have the opportunity to pick him up. But I just, yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate enough to have him in my collection. And I would definitely put him, I mean, if I was gonna rate from, you know, 10 to 1 figures, of course he would be number 1. And again, when I picked him up, this was way before I was doing YouTube videos, so I never got the chance to really review him. I mean, I could have along the way, but you know, other figures have came out that I reviewed, and I never got around to it. But again, this is a Joker honorable mention figure video. So hey, here he is in the flesh, or in the plastic form. But anyways, moving on, shall we? So up next, we have, as you can see, we have the Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad. And I mean, I would be the first to admit Suicide Squad was not my favorite movie at all. Actually, when the conversation comes up about that movie, I say don't even bother wasting your time with that movie. Just go check out Assault on Arkham. Way better Suicide Squad movie. But in saying that, I mean, I will say that Jared Leto, he did for the time that he had in the movie. I feel that he did what he had to do as the Joker. I feel that he did play a good part as the Joker. And if they did do a spinoff, I feel that he would do a better job than what we saw him in. But anyways, getting to the figure, the SH Figure Arts Joker. I saw him on Amazon. They were having a sale. I believe he was like $24, and I had a gift card to Amazon. I believe it was like $20. So in all, I paid like $5 out of my own pocket. So I didn't really, of course, didn't spend a whole lot. And the figure, it does look good. And again, it's the Joker. So any type of Joker figure, whether it's from, not so good movie or whatever, I'm gonna pick them up. And again, I saw the figure, I saw reviews, I've seen other types of reviews on him. And yeah, I mean, I felt like I had to add him to my Joker collection because he's got that maniac look that the Joker has. He fits it really well. He's got the gangster Joker look. And what more could you ask for? Articulation is also pretty good. Again, this is SH Figure Arts, so he's got the double jointed everything. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, these aren't the guns that he came with. Originally, he came with purple pistols. But, we have Marauders. From the Marauders line, we have, this rifle right here. And then the Tommy gun from the DC Icons Joker. So you can fit any type of weapon in his hand, and it works. And then, of course, he's got the menacing grin. So it all just comes together and makes for a good Joker figure. So yeah, I just felt like I had to add him to the collection, and he is a figure worth talking about. So yeah, getting on to the next Joker. So next up we have, this is a really interesting one. This is basically a particular, just one particular scene, but I mean, for anyone that has seen the Dark Knight movie, you know that it was a very powerful scene with this particular outfit. He's not wearing his coat. He's not wearing his bank robber outfit. This is basically when he gets taken into custody and he's in jail, and he's wearing this particular outfit, and he only wears it for just basically just the little, not little, but the whole interrogation scene, from the time that he's sitting in his cell clapping when Gordon gets promoted, and then to the next scene where Batman beats the hell out of him. But this particular outfit was very, I would say, a very powerful moment and very memorable. It's just very weird that no other company has touched on this outfit, because again, it was a very powerful scene. Well, except for Hot Toys, but I mean, their figure comes with the whole outfit, so you can, strip them down to this particular basic layer. But anyways, moving on. From Mattel, again, it's very rare that they would put out a figure with just this particular basic outfit. But I mean, again, you know, it works. And for a Mattel figure, you know, I've said a bunch of stuff in the past about Mattel, and I still stand by it. But they really nailed it with their Movie Masters line. Like they were really putting out because they knew that they were really targeting their adult collectors, which, you know, it's really cool that they did that. So in that instance, this is why I feel that they put out this figure. But again, you know, I picked them up on eBay. It was like almost like 2 years ago, but never got around to reviewing him. So again, I have to mention him in this video. Articulation wise, again, you know, it's Mattel, so it's not that good. Single jointed everything, cut at the thighs. But again, you know, I didn't really get him for articulation. I got him just for his whole look. You know, he's got the whole, I mean, for a Mattel figure, again, he's got the Heath Ledger look going on. And, I mean, that was my favorite scene in the movie, just that whole interrogation scene. So, I had to add him to my collection when I saw him, because honestly, like, I didn't even know that this particular Joker figure existed. I was just on eBay going through different Joker figures, and he popped up. So of course I had to get him. And at the time, because again, you know, I've been going through different videos just like everyone else, and these particular figures, like not only this Joker figure, but the other Mattel Movie Masters Joker figure, they were going for like crazy amounts of money. And then for a while the price kind of went down, so I was fortunate enough to find this figure for a good price. I picked him up for like $10, and now I think he's shot back up to like 40 or 50. So yeah, I mean, really glad I added him to my collection, because just this particular piece, he works. So yeah. So when talking about Joker figure collections, you cannot have a Joker collection without adding the animated series Joker to your collection. I mean, Mark Hamill, I mean, in my opinion, he's still the best Joker. I mean, yeah, it was animated series, but honestly, that's what I grew up with. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of comics growing up. My whole introduction to basic just basic superheroes was through the cartoons, the Saturday morning cartoons. And the Batman animated series was no exception. And Mark Hamill's portrayal of the Joker, I mean, he breathed life into, I mean, he is the Joker. I mean, for anyone that has seen his behind the scenes, like, he really gets into the part and he becomes the Joker. It's not as though he's just going into the sound booth and just saying his lines. He's actually, you know, breathing life into becoming the Joker, and that's what I really dug. And, you know, that's what I fell in love with. Just the fact that, yeah, he was just this maniacal but also funny character. It worked. And anyways, this particular figure from the DC Icons line, like it is very detailed, and it looks like he's straight from the cartoon, and I couldn't be happier. I was just in my comic store, and I saw him on the peg for $20, so it was a no-brainer. I had to get him. So I mean, yeah, you look at him, and everything works. You know, down, you know, from his coat to his hat to the face and everything. One thing that I like is there's not really any paint smudge going on. I mean, everything is painted as it should. And yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, this guy, he's got double joints of everything, elbows, knees, even the pinstripes and his pants are sculpted, not just painted. Even his foot, it's got he's got the toe articulation, or not toe, but the foot articulation. So I mean, everything about this figure works, and as you can see, this particular pistol goes with the SH Figure Arts Joker, who you all just saw, and but it excuse me. But it works for this particular Joker figure. So I mean, yeah, I mean, for this figure, I mean, if you don't have him in your collection, pick him up, because again, he's the OG from the animated series. The Mark Hamill will always be the Joker, and you can't go wrong with this figure. You know, having talked about different iterations of Joker figures and different types of scenes that companies will make for particular movies, The Dark Knight, I mean, it was a very powerful movie. Heath Ledger as the Joker, it really worked. You know, just like how I mentioned with Mark Hamill breathing life into his portrayal of the Joker, Heath Ledger, he really pulled it off when he became the Joker. And like I was saying, this iteration happens to be the bank robber scene at the beginning of the movie. As you can see, Heath the Joker, they're going in there to rob that bank, and the Joker was undercover the whole time, just wearing basically this clown mask that Deadpool has in his hands. He was he's basically undercover the whole time wearing this outfit. And again, you know, when you're thinking of different outfits for the Dark Knight, you're thinking of the whole trench coat and the machine gun, because I mean that is mainly what his whole outfit was the whole purple trench coat and everything. And this particular outfit, I mean, of course, people are going to talk about it when we're talking about the Dark Knight, but it's not as mentioned as the trench coat. But I mean, it works, and I reviewed this guy basically, when was it? Back in October. It was when I went to LA Comic-Con, and I saw him for just flat out $20. So of course I had to have him. I mean, for a Mayfix figure being $20, it was a no-brainer. The only thing that I will say about this guy is, as you can see, his waist does come apart, which is very annoying. But again, I mean, this is for adult collectors. It's not for little Joey to take out to the sandbox to have him fight, the $5 Batman that you're gonna buy your kid. You're gonna buy him, the $5 toys to have him go smash around in the sandbox. You're not gonna give him, this figure. So you just got to be kind of careful with him, because his joint does come off pretty easy. So that is my only complaint with him. But as I said in my video when I reviewed him, you can get him into any type of pose and it works, and he's very movie accurate. But looking at him again, he's not as movie accurate as, say, like the NECA Joker, or even the Mattel Joker. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at him, he doesn't really have that Heath Ledger look, as opposed to the NECA. But again, he's still an awesome addition to have to your collection. And again, this is the bank robber version. So if you're trying to get all iterations of the Dark Knight, bank robber, trench coat, the interrogation scene, I mean, you have to get all iterations of Joker. And yeah, Mayfex, they really nailed it when they made this figure. So I mean, yeah, just moving on. So once again, talking about the Jared Leto Joker from a movie I don't particularly care about, Suicide Squad. Again, it's a Joker figure. I had to have him. And to be honest, I was actually at Ross, and I was doing, toy hunting. And at the time, I was getting really frustrated because I wasn't finding anything. So I go into my local Ross and I come across this particular Joker figure, and he was like $5 sitting on the shelf. So for me, as a Joker fan, it was a no-brainer. And like I said, I mean, Suicide Squad is not my favorite movie by far. In fact, I mean, I would never even want to watch it again because it was just so, it didn't do anything for me, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't, the way I explain Suicide Squad, it's something to watch. Honestly, like, if you're flipping through the channels and you come across Suicide Squad and there's not really anything else on, you're just like, I'll just watch this. But yeah, again, I had to add this Joker figure in my collection, $5, so it was a no-brainer. Is it the best Joker figure? Heck no, it's not. The articulation is horrible. The face doesn't even look like Jared Leto at all. In fact, that whole DC Multiverse line, none of them look like their counterparts, their actor counterparts. The Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn look like just complete garbage. I actually did pick up that figure because I saw her at Target for like, again, I think she was like $5 or something. And just looking at that figure, I'm just like, ew. So I ended up just giving it to my niece. I'm just like, man, this figure is just really crap. So I just ended up giving it to my niece because it's a really horrible looking figure. But again, I was looking at this Joker figure, and he does have that charm. Again, he looks nothing like Jared Leto, but he does look like a Joker figure. For what it's worth, I mean, the Joker, he has different iterations of looks. So in my opinion, this is just another iteration of the Joker. Adds a few things, give him a sword, his cane, and I mean it works for what it is. So I mean, yeah, not the best Joker figure, but again, not the worst by all means. And again, if you see him for a couple bucks, I mean, yeah, just pick him up, add him to your collection. The only thing I will say is this trench coat is done nice. It does look like a leather trench coat. I would say that's the only thing going for it. And in some ways, he's just got the Joker look, I guess. But just thought I would just add him to my collection. Give it, some kind of appeal, I guess. Just be like, I added another Joker figure to my collection. So talking about different Joker figures, you have to add this guy to your collection. And honestly, if you're watching this video right now, this is July 2nd. July 1st, 2000, or July 2nd, whenever you're watching this. July 2nd, 2018. And the last time that I saw the price of this particular Joker figure, I believe he was going for around like $12 or less. And honestly, for the sculpt, for the face, he's definitely worth it. Yeah, I mean, the body is kind of generic. You can basically take this head off and put any type of head you want on, and it's not gonna look like the Joker figure. It's just gonna look like any type of figure you want, and also take off the hands. But honestly, for this body, it does work because you have this crazy maniacal Joker face, putting him on a generic tie and suit body, if that makes any sense, a suit body. And he did not come with this briefcase. I just added it to him because I thought it really worked. But what he did come with, and what I thought was just really cool and bizarre at the same time, was this basically this face that he comes with. And I haven't read it yet. I did pick up the comic, The Killing Joke. I believe it's The Killing Joke. Yeah, where basically his face is coming off, so he ends up ripping his face off, and then he basically tapes or sews it back on. And I believe like this is the new face or something. I honestly, like I said, I haven't read the comic. For anyone that has read it, just leave your comments below and just kind of give me a brief explanation. Honestly, I picked him up because, again, huge Joker fan. I have to add cool Joker pieces to my collection, and this guy is no exception. He does have, again, this is from Mattel, so the articulation, I mean, it's okay. He for what it's worth, I mean, he does have cut at the thighs, cut at the arms, but he only has the single joints, which, you know, it's fine because, again, I mean, you get him into that one display like this, and he's just got that crazy smile that we all know Joker for having, and it works. So yeah, I mean, I am very happy to add this guy to my collection. And like I said, for anyone that wants to start their Joker collection, I mean, pick this guy up because I believe he would actually be the cheapest. Him and the Jared Leto Joker that I mentioned from DC Collectibles, those two would be. I think this particular one is cheaper. I think he's, like I said, he's going for under like $13. Last time I saw, I believe it was like $12. So it's a no-brainer. Add him to your collection and get started. Add a briefcase to his hand. Put his disgusting rotten face inside the briefcase, and I mean that's what the Joker would be all about. Is just chaos and disorder, and then just this face represents all of that. I would also say that I would have to add him to my top Joker list. If anything, I mean, just this whole look, I would have to add him to that top Joker list. But yeah, moving on. So I don't think anything else needs to be said about this particular Joker figure from the folks over at Mezco. I mean, not only did I review him when I picked him up, but countless of other YouTubers have done reviews on this guy, and with good reason. I mean, this is the definitive Joker figure. Well, nowadays, the Mezco exclusive Joker figure is basically this Joker, but with so much added other stuff. I mean, I wish I could have got my hands on that figure, but I mean, it was going for crazy amounts of money. I believe it was like, what, $200 to pick him up or something, and it's like $95 for a pre-order. So I mean, yeah, he came with quite a bit of stuff, and I'm sure for anyone who's watching, all the different accessories, all the different head sculpts that he comes with. I mean, heck, he even comes with a trench coat, which Joker is famous for having. But I mean, with all that said, I mean, I'm thankful that I was able to get my hands on a Mezco Joker figure. And this one, yeah, he doesn't have all the all the bells and whistles that the new one has, but I mean, hey, I'm still glad that I was able to pick one up. And again, for Joker figure enthusiasts, collectors, you have to have added this guy to your collection. And he wasn't hard to get when he first came out. I mean, you know, for a while he was easy to pick up. But nowadays, I mean, of course, just like with anything, he shot up in price. But yeah, I mean, like I said in my review, you know, you can get him into any type of pose and it works. And that statement, it still holds true. Just looking at this, I mean, holding the card with that maniacal grin, I mean, it works. And the articulation to boot too, I mean, can't go wrong. But again, this is a Mezco figure, so of course, I mean, it's basically like a mini Hot Toys figure, so not a lot of figures are going to be able to touch this figure. Well, I mean, you know, some of the other figures that I mentioned, they might have a good shot just by their looks alone, but yeah, I mean, you can't have a Joker collection without adding this particular Mezco Joker to it. So, yeah, with that said, let's get on to, yeah, I believe my last two Joker figures. So again, getting back to what I said about different iterations of the Joker. I mean, this particular one, this plumber-looking Joker, I believe he is from New 52. Oh, sorry. New 52, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I mean, it's not the traditional suit-wearing, hat-wearing Joker. I mean, this is the plumber Joker. This crazy Leatherface looking freak of nature Joker. And again, I mean, if you've read or seen movies of the Joker, you know how sick and twisted he is. And I mean, he would do something like that. His face would be rotting off, and he would basically staple it back onto his face, and yeah, and then tie it on with a belt. And yeah, like I was so happy that I was able to pick him up. I was at Frankensons, and I saw this guy being sold for $15. So I mean, that was a huge no-brainer. This plumber Joker, again, there's like hardly any articulation with him, like just, you know, a couple points, and he can move his arms around and everything. But again, you're not really getting this Joker to get him into crazy poses. You're getting him just for this look alone. And it works. Just put him in the background, and yeah, I mean, you have the demonic Joker. So I mean, yeah, he's another one that I feel you just have to add him to your collection. So not really Joker figures per se, but I mean, in my opinion, they would fit into that category. You know, they are Joker goons, just his gang members that, of course, Joker would implement into doing his bidding. Again, not the Joker, but Joker goons. So I had to add him to just this particular to this particular video. I mean, if you're gonna start collecting Joker figures, you also have to add Joker goons to your collection. Whether it's these they're called Gotham City Thugs on eBay. So if you want to pick them up, they're fairly cheap. You can pay, the least you can spend is $15, and they're well worth it. I mean, they're easy to army build. You know, they're not crazy amounts of money. I believe I've even seen the lowest for $12. So if you're looking to build army build, these guys would be a perfect fit for filling that role and collecting. Now in saying that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I really hope that you liked this particular video. This was just something that I wanted to put together. You know, like I said, you know, huge Joker fan. As far as animated villains go, you know, the Joker. He's my he's my favorite, and you know, as you saw, I try to collect every iteration of the Joker. Now, bear in mind, you know, it's not the biggest collection as opposed to some other collectors out there, but I mean, you know, for me, it's, you know, it fits. It scratches that itch for me. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Something different I wanted to put together. You know, just something out of the norm from doing review videos. Just wanted to just show off my Joker collection to all of you, and yeah, you know, just for all of you awesome viewers out there that keep tuning in. I just thought I would do something different for all of you. So as I end my video here, as always, collect what you love. Leave a like, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that bell notification to know when I'm making more videos. Leave a comment, of course. Tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I could always use improvement, just like all of us. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.
Welcome to the party. Can I get you a cold one? The fun is just starting. Who knows when it's over? You see, I'm a survivor.